Hey YouTube, thanks for tuning back in to another episode of VGAPR Garage. Today you're back on the $500 Saab series. Today we're going to be swapping out these shock absorbers. There will be a link in the description for the struts because they're going to be done as well. These are original. They're in horrible shape. It's like riding on rocks. It's not fun to ride in this car. Went ahead and got some these off of eBay for all four struts and shock absorbers. It was $109. I think there was paying for shipping, but that's so cheaper than buying some off of Rock Auto. I don't know if these are the best brands or how well they work, but this car is driven by my boyfriend and is driven 4 miles a day. So it doesn't really matter. If they last 2 years, that's still pretty good. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be doing this by hand, holding the camera. So first, let's go ahead and remove the bottom of the strut. There's one bolt. And it's really in there. Go. Now, if you're worried, one second, still not out all the way. Now, this is one of these star bolts right here. I do not have any of those. When my garage was broken into, the guy stole the tools, he stole the whole set. I'm just using regular 6-point. Not having that much of an issue. Let's cut here and go to the... So now we're on to strut mount. And I found that these are relatively stuck in there because these are U-shaped, they're not a straight hole. So dirt's compacted in here, and this one is just filled with rust. We're gonna go ahead and go at it though. Alright, so I can't show you and hold this, but we're going to be doing this and grabbing a pair of vice grips. You could use a 10, but it doesn't really matter, and I find that these are so horribly like rusted that when you try and hold this, they basically just round off. So I can't hold the light and do this. I'm in the middle of redoing the garage, so the lighting kind of sucks, so it'll be dark. Sorry about that. Alright, so the only thing we're after is this mount here. This strut is garbage. So this is what it looks like. I'm actually going to clean it up first, before I put it back on the car, before I put the new strut in. So I'm sure there's like a rubber thing that goes here, but again, this car just isn't driven enough. It's not worth it to buy the thing. I'm gonna clean it up and then we'll start reassembling. Alright, we got our new strut. Just want to cut this. The strut will expand. Be mindful, we got a nut and a washer. Sorry about the light, it sucks. It's really bad. It's the best I can do. Alright, so we've got to reassemble this, which is very easy. There's no specific way the mount goes on. I don't even think you can see the mount. Nope. There we go. Because you can twist the whole thing. We got a washer. We got our nylon locking nut. I think this is what. Yeah, that's the 17. That's why I had the 17 out. Alright. And this goes on very easy. I don't even think you have to like, basically you can hold the strut bellows, which is welded on. You could impact it. I don't know this strut very well, this brand, so I'm afraid if I impact it, and with it being a nylon nut, it'll lock up on the threads and then start spinning the strut, which could damage the O-rings inside. Okay, so strut's fully assembled. Let's move back to the car. So you want to take your new strut and bring it down through. And I highly recommend that when you start to try and bring this into the bottom of the steering knuckle, that you have the shock absorber at the end and then try and thread up. If you have the shock absorber right next to the steering knuckle, it won't line up straight. You'll start crossing your threads. So that's the way that I'd recommend doing it. I don't know if I can do it without actually going under the car. And I'm not taking you guys back underneath. So you kind of have it either to one side. That's what I found was the best way. And then I got to go underneath the car. I'm not bringing the camera, and then tighten that up. Don't snug it. Just get it in. You don't want to tighten it yet. Alright, so now that you have the bottom strut mount, or shock absorber mount, just snug. Don't tighten it down yet. Because I plan on keeping this car forever. Oh, the other thing I need to grab. Ah! I forgot you're gonna need your jack back, and you gotta jack up your suspension so those bolt holes will line up. I might have to go back and forth a little bit more. What we can do is you take this bolt, because that's lined up, and I put anti-seize on the threads. The other bolt cannot line up yet. Now you want to jack it up a little bit more. See if the holes are lining up. And almost. Let's see what we got. I'm going to put some, coat this bolt with some anti-seize. think we're there. Nope. So let's jack it up a little bit more. And what do we got now? Still not yet. The problem is it looks like by having this in, we've unaligned that. So let's undo this one. Loosen it up a little bit more. You really want to start with this center bolt. There we go. We can grab this. There we go. So now, again, you don't have to do it by hand. I'm choosing to. Alright, so that is in. Now I'm going to relieve the pressure from the shock absorber, or not the shock absorber, the jack. Then we got this bolt I'll put in, and a few threads started, and then the last bolt will go in as well. And I'm just coating these because one day in the future, I really do want to fully restore this car when it's an actual classic. So, go ahead and tighten these down. All right. Forward. And now, I'm going to go around to the other side now that those bolts are in. And I'm going to tighten the bottom strut, or shock absorber bolt. There we go. There are torque specs to these. Of course, I'll put them in. You want to torque it to manufacturer specifications. If you guys like this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, but please let me know why. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, ring that bell so you get notifications. Continuing the $500 Saab series. Clean your tools off, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.